Hey everybody, and welcome to my in5 series where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. I have had a Woovebox for about a year, and firmware update 2.0 just came out fairly recently. And it does allow you to take this MIDI port, or the MIDI jack, which is MIDI out, and if you hold the right button combination, it will switch it from MIDI out to MIDI in, and all you have to do when you turn it on is hold down button 9, power it on, and then you just have to configure the different tracks. I'll go over this in a minute, but I want to show you like a problem I've been having. But I do know that this works. I got a 15B2 model, so it does allow this to work. And I did get it to work a single time about 2 weeks ago, and then I got kind of frustrated because every time I would try it, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why is this not working? So I'm just going to go over kind of what the issue seems to be, and then kind of how to fix it. And yeah, it should be fun. So I'm just going to go MIDI out. We're going MIDI out to MIDI in, because we've got this configured to MIDI in. And then if I just go the input on the M8 to the output, you can hear, like I've got this track playing right now, right here. It's just got a couple notes. And if I go down and hit play, you can just see we're getting a tick tick. Well, let's go check settings. If you hold down the value knob and push pad 1, we'll go to chord. We'll scroll over to global, hold down button 9, and you'll see it's channel 1. So we already got it set to MIDI channel 1. It's definitely accepting, or it's getting in this audio, and it just is making like this tick tick sound. So what I did was I was like, you know, this is it a TRS A to B issue? And I know these are both TRS A, so it doesn't seem to be that. And if I just disconnect here really quick, I just was like, today was like, okay, I'm gonna go MIDI out to MIDI in, and then I just disconnected the M8 and connected that to from the output, and it's a little low. I'm just gonna hold down the play button and crank the volume up. So we're getting these chords. We're able to play it. We're able to play the audio here. And I was just like, you know, it's absolutely works. I know this is TRS MIDI A. This is TRS MIDI A, and this is TRS MIDI A. This is input. Obviously, it's configured into the right mode. It's working right. So I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know, maybe there's a ground loop issue here. So I'm just going to disconnect this. Whoop, didn't mean to turn it off. We'll turn it back on, but I'm going to go plug the output here again, because what I'd like to be able to do is go from the M8, send MIDI over, and then have the input come back in. I'm going to get the OPXY out of the way. So let's just kind of come down here. So it got me thinking. I was like, you know, maybe, as I said, maybe there's a ground loop issue. I just want connection from MIDI out to MIDI in. I'll just turn it back on and hold down the button so I'm in the right mode. I'm going to disconnect this and plug it over. And so we're going output. Again, we'll just crank the volume back up. I should just change the settings so it stays, but some other day. All right, so if I come over, I've got this pattern, and it's now playing. I was like, what is up with this? Why is it working? Probably the one time I had it working, I was going MIDI out to here, and I probably had headphones or something plugged in here and just didn't realize. So there has to be a connection or grounding issue. Well, what I just did, like not that long ago, was like this, and I just grabbed a ground loop isolator. So I went from the input, output, just added this in, and now it works fine. So clearly this does work. It's just that there must be some kind of a grounding issue either between the Woovebox or the M8. I'm not totally sure. A lot of other devices have worked, so I suspect it might be a Woovebox thing. I did order a Woovebox Pro just to try it out and see, because I was hitting this issue. I was like, maybe I have a hardware issue or something. I suspect I don't have a hardware issue. It's just whatever's going on. So I just wanted to let folks know, if you're going to be using the Woovebox with TRS MIDI, you're probably going to want to have some sort of a ground loop isolator on your audio path from out to back in. It seems to solve it. I may test a few other things, but so far so good. And like we can crank the volume up here, but I suspect this will be super handy to have two little devices where I can do all kinds of fun sounds. And the reason why I want the Woovebox in the effect chain is because it does have, you can get up to, I don't know, like 16 plus notes of polyphony. So I'm like, this adds more polyphony. If I can just address it through the MIDI, I should be able to actually extend my tracks and send chords and other things. And, kind of keep everything in a tracker style over here, but be able to have this be like a little tiny instrument that I can add in without a whole lot of work. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful for folks that might be trying to get the Woovebox incorporated into their own setup as a MIDI in device instead of MIDI out, and be able to get like all that kind of fun stuff going. Anyway, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.